You're muted.
I am, aren't
Ah,
I?
yes. Hi.
Okay. Hey, how are you today?
Not worth a damn. I was in bed yesterday with a migraine headache. I
Hmm.
hadn't gotten over it yet.
Oh my goodness. Jeez.
I am tired. I am wore out. I'm tired of laying in the bed. I'm tired of this apartment. Oh,
Just getting tired, huh?
yeah, I could go to sleep.
Me too, actually. Me too, actually. Jeez. Wow. I understand that for sure.
What you up to?
I just talk shows primarily. I took my car and put it in the garage this afternoon.
I
Hopefully,
thought you got it destroyed.
huh?
I thought you got it destroyed.
Oh, not that car. That car's. I got rid of that car. They had an insurance settlement that enabled me to buy another car. So I've got the other car in the garage to get some brakes worked on and stuff like that.
Oh, what's the other car?
It's a it's a 2004, but it's a Jaguar.
A Jaguar.
Hmm.
All right.
Now I like the Jaguars. I've had one before. I liked it,
Mm,
and also it's paid for. I don't owe a darn dime to anyone for anything on that car except for the maintenance and gas. And
that's
then
all I owe mine.
that's good. That's good. Finally got my let me see benefit claim through with the VA. Came back. They give me 30% on PTSD. So
Run
I'm sorry.
it through. It took me 3 tries. On the fourth try, I got 100%.
Mm-hmm.
So they
Yeah.
kept up every time I ran it through. First of all, the first time they said no, flat out,
Mm-hmm.
and then the second time they went to 70%, they went to 80%, then they went to 100%.
Mm-hmm.
I
I need to
think
do that.
went one, two, three, four. Yeah,
Yeah.
I think that's how it went. So 100%, 2000, I think.
Now 30%.
But
No,
huh?
no, 30% is like with the cost of living increase that just kicked in. It's just $508 a month. Yeah, you're breaking up pretty bad. I don't know what's going on.
Yeah, my computer here is tied in the water uh, their router,
Mm-hmm.
using their router, and been having problems with all week.
Hmm.
Kidding you, I've been sitting up there and get kicked off, then looking at houses and get kicked off.
Right. Right.
Crap. So if my computer goes down, don't worry, it's just them.
Okay. Okay. Good to know. Oh, by the way, this is being broadcast on the website. It's live, just so you know.
It's live. Oh, they can see us on the website.
Yeah. Yeah. If they want to, they can see
Oh,
it. But right now, we have nobody viewing anything that I can tell.
um,
So yeah.
okay.
I need to tell everybody that when they come in too, if anybody's coming. I mean, Maya acknowledged that she got the text message that I sent today, but I haven't heard from anybody else. I know Sarah though won't be able to be here. She's going. This is her evening off, and she was going somewhere else.
Mm,
So
I lost that house.
yeah, I know you told me. Yeah, sorry about that. Wow.
I told you.
Yeah, you did a couple days ago.
Oh
Something like that.
well.
Yeah, another one will come along. That'll work for you.
Yeah, that's what I told my realtor. There's always another one around the corner.
Oh yeah, yeah. Something would come up and you'll look at it and go, "My goodness, I wish I'd seen this the first time around." You never know. One never knows.
Yeah, I went and got my driver's license renewed.
Hmm.
Oh, I found out something new today.
Which is?
100% disabled veteran doesn't have to pay for their driver's license.
Wow, didn't know
So
that.
instead of paying $36, she handed it to me and said, "Goodbye." And I said, "Well, I got to pay." She said, "You're disabled vet, ain't you?" And I said, "Yep." She said, "Bye bye."
Oh my gosh.
So that was good.
Huh. I probably ought to go ahead and just get my Alabama license plate that says disabled vet.
Yeah, well, I was gonna wait till I get to Texas,
Oh yeah.
and then get it renewed, and that didn't happen. So I was gonna. I want to move all my stuff from the unit that I got broke into
Mhm.
to another unit, and all of it be in one unit.
Mhm.
And I was going to hire some movers. They wanted $140 an hour per person.
Per person.
Per person. In other words, I hired two. That's $280 an hour.
Yeah, right.
And I said, nope.
Nope.
So I called these people, Golden Gate. Okay, they move people. Okay.
Yeah.
They gave me a flat rate of $250.
For the whole.
That was a week ago.
Oh, okay. Okay.
But almost 10 days ago.
Hmm.
You know.
Mm-hmm.
I had a damn girl call me sir again today.
Oh. How'd that go?
After I jumped down her throat, she ain't gonna do it anymore.
Wow. Phew.
So people, they just don't want to learn.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, this black person just kept calling her and kept calling me. And I said, "Look, man, I got chips, I ain't got no legs. You keep calling, I'm gonna call you a nigger."
Be careful, you're alive. No.
I was thinking private.
Yeah. Yeah.
Recording this, are you?
No, but it is live. And there's somebody watching, but I don't know where. Let me see where they are. They're over on, well, they're not there now. They were on Facebook on our transgender and diverse veterans page. They're not there now.
I hope you get that word.
Yeah, be careful. There's nobody watching right now unless they're on our website. Then I don't really know there. But anyway, looks like it might be just me and you in here.
Yeah.
There's really no business to conduct. Oh, we got one more person up here. They're back over on the Transgender and Diverse Veterans of America Facebook page. Hello there. Who's watching? Put a comment over there on the side. Let's see who you are. Say hi to us. That's Elizabeth Hardy, our treasurer. And I need to change my little descriptor down at the bottom too, I think, but I'm not going to worry about it right now. I'm actually running two different cameras, but I can switch between them. And one of them's on my cell phone, which is that one. And the other one is up here on top of the computer. The camera on the phone is much better than that thing on the computer. And I can move it around easier, longer cord. So, anyway,
Sound like playing.
I hear something in there. I don't know what it is. No one's watching at the moment. You can drop in and see if you're over there, wherever you are. Come in and say hi. Renee, if you're out there, come on in. I sent a link to everybody in a text message, 2 text messages, emails, calendar invite. Everybody's
Well,
got.
I'm on TDVA and I don't see it.
Well, you have to go to the one that says transgender and diverse veterans, not the TDVA one. Go to the main. That should be up there. Let's see what happens. Let me go into that one too and see what it does here.
Well, I have 200. Yeah, there we are.
Got us?
How about that?
Yep. Should be over on the website too. If you go to the website, the AG website, I think it's showing that you're watching right there from transgender page. Let's just check it all out here. I'll go look over on LinkedIn. Let me go check out LinkedIn.
And we got underneath where they write it out.
There's a delay over on the LinkedIn side.
I only see 2 of us in here.
That's all that's here. We're the only ones here. Yeah.
What happened to the one that was there while I
don't know. Somebody's still got it watching. I'm still watching it, I guess, but on Facebook, I think I just clicked out of it on my side, so I'm not there. So let me. Oh, there's just one now. It must be just you. Let me go back to where am I going? Let's go to the website. Check it out on the website and see. And on the website live streaming program, here we go. Let's see what it does. Play.
We're this thing here.
Mm-hmm.
StreamYard. How come we're in StreamYard?
StreamYard is the streaming service that allows me to go to Facebook, LinkedIn, YouTube, Twitter, and a website all at once.
I mean, we was with somebody else.
We were doing it on Teams, yeah. The Teams, though, would only allow us to do it just to one at a time. It wouldn't let us go to a broader platform to reach as many of our members as possible. We were kind of restricted with that one.
How you spell treasurer?
Treasurer.
How's that?
Hold on a minute. Let me see. Let me get back over there to it. Let me see. Okay, yeah, this is a delay on the website too. So let me see. Back to here. Now, what am I looking for? How do you spell? Dun, 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 Well, thanks for depositing that check that came in earlier, or that I sent to you. That was from Illyria.
Mm-hmm. I don't even know how much money we got in the bank now. Let me go look.
Yeah.
Anybody going to ask how much we got in the bank?
Well, there's only two of us here today, so probably not. You know.
You hear that?
Yes.
Yeah.
I sure did. Da-dun, da-dun.
Yeah, that tells you it's in Quicken.
Oh, okay. Oh, ah, okay.
I love Quicken.
Yeah.
Oh, let's see. Open up. Come on. Open up. Come on. Be a good girl. Come on. Yeah. Open up. Yep. Come on. You can do it, baby.
You've got it. You've got it.
Never mind me. I talk to my computer all the time.
Oh my gosh, you don't even want to be in this room. You'd think there were 3 or 4 different people in here. When I'm typing words on the computer, it's like TDVA. Da, 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 da. Well, let's see. Somebody's in the lobby. Okay, let me go back and check all this. Back to where we
All
are.
right.
Hanging out. I see no one in the lobby. Oh, somebody, I don't know what they're doing. They're in the wrong one. I sent a link to this, and there's people over in the lobby on Teams. Hold on a minute. Hi, Lashika.
Hey, how are you?
I'm great. How are you this evening? I didn't expect you to be here because I know it was such short notice.
Yeah, I was trying to drop in. I had a couple of minutes.
Okay. Hey, did you get I don't know if I have your cell phone number. I've sent a text message to everybody else, but I don't think I have your cell phone number, do I? Or do I? I don't know.
Hi.
I think I sent it to you.
It's 318.
Hold on. Get my pen. 318. Okay. 751 6687. Okay. All right. We're over on Yardstream right now, and there's two of us in there. It's just me and Elizabeth, our treasurer. I knew that Sarah couldn't come in tonight. She had other plans to go out and get out of the house, apparently. But yeah.
You can text me that. I could probably try to jump on for a few minutes with Sweet Patient.
Okay. Well, I don't want to interrupt all of that, but I'll text it to you. Getting ready to send it now. Okay. All right. Bye-bye. All right. Let me go to my text system here now. Got to find it. Oh, must be on the other one. Well, hold on a second. Here we go. Pulling it up, I think, hopefully. No. This gets confusing sometimes trying to find where everything is located on all these different tabs and things. Okay, let me just put slick text in. Dashboard, enter. All right. And I'm going to send this campaign. Okay. Send campaigns. Okay. Campaign. Should be next. Just get rid of that. Get rid of all this stuff. Hold on a second. I'm going to send this to hide for today. Contacts. Add a contact. Mobile number 318-751-6687. Text AG. UISIANA. Confirm contact. Okay. Sent campaigns over here. Clone campaign to subscribers. Send now. Okay. Okay. That means it should show up on my phone too. All right. Yeah, I didn't have her phone number in there. Is it coming through? I don't know.
Oh, 3. Oh.
Did
Okay.
it sent?
Well, that's working.
Oh, I hear you again.
Yeah.
Probably I'll send it like this too. Hold on. Invite. Email. Send it over here to ICE-CHAR. Share. There we go. Renee, Trayshawn, Dr. Deacons, Sarah, Juanita, Craig, send. Okay, try sending another message. Settings. Let me switch cameras to that one. Okay. Take this camera down for a minute. And messages. Let's see what happens here. All right.
You still there? Huh? You done gone.
I'm here.
Oh, there you are.
Yeah, I was playing around with my camera on my phone. Waiting for Lashika to come in. Well, okay. So what you found out in the accounts?
I ain't got there yet.
Oh, okay. Okay. Gotcha. Ooh, my goodness. So I did get a grant application that you turned in with Bob Woodruff Foundation. I don't know if I've mentioned that to you yet or not, but that was turned in to kind of help with the Go Transport program that Sarah's working on.
Yeah.
And then I found out a couple of days ago that Alabama is also offering an opportunity for like a $500,000 grant to help with veterans in the state, but it has to be state specific.
Uh-huh.
Organization needs to be listed in Alabama. And since our C3 is not here, Alabama, well, the TDVA part of our organization is now licensed in Alabama as a foreign corporation.
Mm-hmm.
And so I've got that done out there now. And so the next part is to go ahead and try to apply for that $500,000 grant to help with the Go Transport program, taking care of our veterans here in Alabama. Each state probably has something like that. We just have to find out where they are, what those processes are to do it. But yeah, we'd probably go through 500,000 pretty fast with the Go Transport program. But you have to be able to show what you used it for, all that kind of stuff. Mm-hmm. Well, where is Lashika? Let me see. Here. Nope, not there. Over to here. Inbox there. Huh. Okay, so let me call. I'm going to call her really quickly. I'm going to switch cameras again.
Okay.
Give me 1 second. I'm going to switch cameras, switch back to the Logitech camera. That one. Okay, now grab my phone up here and give her a call. She's going to try to come in. I'll just send her a text message. Let me see. Second recent. Oh, recent keypad. Okay. Okay, 318-751-6687. Just going to send a message though. Hold on. Add number. Create a new contact.
Well, apparently Chase didn't hear me right. Yay! I got in.
Good. Good. All right.
Finally.
Oh, wow. Oh, my gosh. Mm. Dun, 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 dun. Well, so we're just hanging out here, just, staring into the camera.
Remember that $970 they sent?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Okay. It's in the C4.
In the C4?
Yeah, it's in the C4.
Huh. All right. That
Told me
needs to,
they sent it to the C3.
well, that's what I thought they were sending it to, but it needs to be in the C3. We can actually move that from the C4 because it's not
Yeah,
the
I
C4.
know.
Yeah, you can do it that
Wait a
way.
minute. Look. Wait a minute. I transferred it on September to the C3.
Oh, okay.
Okay. But somebody gave us $48.25. Somebody gave us $1.00.
Yeah, that was me. Both of them. I was wanting to see about the dollar. I was trying to make it do a recurring payment, but I couldn't figure out how to do it, even with our system on our websites.
Okay, so on the 2nd of October and the 12th of October, you deposited almost $50.
Right. Right. Yeah.
Okay. Because our balance right now is $75.11.
In the C3 or the C4?
4 in
Okay.
the 4.
Okay.
$75.11.
Okay.
And the balance in the C3 is $631.34.
Okay.
Okay. So, I just printed it out. If somebody says, hey, I want to know, well, I got it.
Okay. Got it. Thank you. I think Lashika must be busy because she was trying to deal with this in between patients.
Uh-huh.
So, yeah.
Is there anything else you want to know about the account?
No, I think that's pretty much it right there. I mean, I was looking for that $1 million.
Good. I signed out,
Okay.
but I haven't gotten back on in Quicken yet.
Okay. Well, let's see if anybody's watching from anywhere else. Nope.
Okay. Let's see. What is my sign-in password on?
Don't say it out loud. We're live.
No, I'm talking to myself.
Oh, okay.
Oh, that's what I'm looking for.
Dun,
Okay. I got to go to A.
dun, dun. Let me see if there's anything else I need to at least tell somebody about what's going on. I did tell you about the $500,000 grant application. I haven't started yet, but we'll be starting in Alabama. Been a big push against Project 2025 from the Heritage Foundation.
Big push for what?
Against Project 2025 that the Heritage Foundation has put out.
Mm-hmm.
You need to check that thing out. It is horrendous. And yeah, it's pretty darn bad. So that's what I've been talking about mostly on our noontime and 6 p.m. evening on the weekdays on the show, the news show for the Action Group side. It has been all about Action Group stuff and all about Project 2025 and what they want to do and what they have set a plan in motion to accomplish. Given a chance, they'll do it. So we have to get everybody out there to go vote. Get ready to get that Equality Act up or something. We've got to do something to fight against this. It's bad. So, had a good meeting down in Fort Lauderdale this past weekend too with Aver when I flew down there for that. That was a really good meeting. I think
That's good.
I can share some of the photos from down there too, I think. Let me see if I can pull them all up. The photos. Let me see what I've got in the background back here. Yeah, I can do that. Okay. Let me go back to, where'd it go? Okay, we're going to drop that down. Go to present and share a screen and a window. Nope. That is not it. 1 minute. Let's start down here near the bottom and go up. Okay, so go that way. Yeah.
Almost said it. Huh?
What's that? Just a long second? That it is.
Yeah, almost.
Now, let me go down here to there and share screen and there and share. Okay, so this was taken. Can you see the picture right there?
Give me a minute.
Okay.
Okay, yeah.
All right. That's looking across the road. Yeah, that is from the hotel, from the little, I guess their breakfast nook thing, across out into the Atlantic Ocean. And then I'm just going to that's that ship closer up. And obviously let me go on and scroll through. That's the beach. I never did get to put my feet in the sand or in the water. It's just too many other things to do that day because I was only there Sunday, and that's from the hotel. And
Are you trying to show me pictures?
Yeah, can you see them?
I'm looking at a boat. Close-up shot of a boat.
Is that little tiny, looks like a fishing boat?
Yeah.
Okay. So I'm going to change it right now. And now you should see.
Oh, there you are.
Yeah. So what you're looking at here.
You're showing them tits, aren't you?
Huh? What's that?
You're showing them tits, aren't you?
Well,
you're showing those tits.
Got them. If you got them, you might as well do it.
Got them, right. Show
them. Right, exactly. So anyway, that's Emily Schilling in the dark dress. That's she's active duty Navy F-18 pilot, commander in the Navy, and she's also president of Sparta. And then the person in the middle, that's Penn Baker, and she had just been made the national president for AVR. And obviously, you know me, but the three of us were all there in one place all together. And that was a really good time for us to connect like that because we needed to do a lot of connecting and talking. So let me see if I can kind of scroll through and get to another picture here that I want to share. I have no idea why I have all those expressions. Their expressions are pretty consistent. That's Penn Baker again from New Mexico. President now of AVR. Some people from AVR. Let me just scroll through pretty quickly on this. We'll get to the ones I want to share.
Penn Baker, she's the one that got the wig company.
Penn Baker? No. Penn.
Oh,
yeah,
okay.
Penn Baker, no. That's Danny Ingram. Yeah, Danny Ingram, retired Army. We were having our evening dinner on Sunday evening, and what he was doing was giving salutes for all the different branches of the service. And he was, he started with the Army, of course, and then ended up with I think it was the Space Force, but there were like 3 other uniformed services that needed to be mentioned. So I reminded him, and he and I went up later on and did that. You have National Oceanographic Administration, that's one of the uniformed services, as well as the Public Health Administration and the Merchant Marines. They're all uniformed services. Yeah. So let me go scroll through that. I have no idea what that is. All right, here. There's Penn and her E6 Navy uniform. And then Emily Schilling is over there beside her. The person in the blue suit, that's the mayor of Fort Lauderdale, an out gay man. And when I asked him if he had heard of Project 25, he had not. And obviously that's Danny Ingram beside me. I got my arm around Danny Ingram. And I don't know the name of the other gentleman that's there just to the back. But
well, you love a person in uniform, don't you?
Well, yeah. Let me scroll on through. We'll find some more shots. I'll show you some that are different here. Let's go through here. That's the mayor when he was talking. Had a chance to speak. And this one's pretty interesting here, and I'll show you when I get to the other one. Danny is right there in the middle, but the immediate past president is Jules, which is the person in the white blouse. And Penn is right behind Danny. You just barely see her head. But the man over on the right, that's Danny's husband, Eric Alva. Eric is a former Marine. And then those two have been together for a long time. Let me go on through. And what happened was this, the Matlovich medal was given to Danny. And it was put on him by his husband, which is cool.
Your medal? Is that what you said?
It's a Matlovich medal. Leonard Matlovich, I think, is the person that's representing, but it's that medal that they had ever did that, not us.
Mm-hmm.
So let me see, go on through and get to the next one here.
Come
on. All right, just scrolling through here. Okay, now this is, I think this is really cool here. Emily was the only enlisted person, or the only active duty person in the audience, and also obviously a senior military officer, a commander, an 05 in the Navy. And so what they wanted her to do was swear in the new officers for AVER. So he's the president of, there's the president of Sparta and an active duty Navy commander, F-18 pilot. I think that's just so cool. But anyway, Emily got to swear in the new officers for American Veterans for Equal Rights. And that's just phenomenal. There are 3 organizations represented here. That was ours, TDVA, Sparta, and then AVER.
Wow, that's cool.
Yeah, it is. It really is cool. I liked it. And Emily is still so active, you can actually tell that she knows how to stand at attention. The rest of us don't so much.
Boy, she's got that chest throat out there, though.
Oh, well, you know, that's so, yeah.
Huh?
Yeah. And I mean, she looks so good too, though. That's the thing. Really, I mean, just phenomenal. So anyway, there we go. Handed the gavel from past president to current president for AVER. I mean, it's so good to be right there in the middle of all that, you know? And really, they don't have too many members. They've been around since 1990. And they don't have as many members as we do. As a matter of fact, far less than we do.
Wow.
All right. That is that. And Lashika must have got called to take care of some patients. She was trying to get between them. But so anyway.
Well, I got it open now.
Okay.
It took me a while.
That's all right. That's all right. Anything else we need to talk about, Elizabeth? Or are we good?
I have no idea.
Yeah.
I mean, you said it was going to start at 8:00.
Yeah, no, I'm not sticking around any longer. It's 8:00 Eastern time. That means,
well, it's 7:47 here.
I know. That means it's almost 9:00 Eastern right now.
Yeah.
I mean, we've already been in here for 50 minutes and nobody else is coming in. Lashika tried to, but she did say that she was in the midst of dealing with some patients. So let me see if I can kind of bring you up to date on Go Transport, which Sarah is working on. Sarah and I met today with a web designer, an IT person who works for the U.S. Department of USDA, that organization. And they're going to be doing for free, kind of help set up the Go Transport website that can link in with Uber so that people can get their rides and stuff through that. And I think Sarah is working with Seed up in Virginia to be able to try to roll out a test market in Richmond, Virginia. One of the other possibilities was in Boston and the other one was in New York. But Sarah may try all 3 of those. I think there was another one too. Not sure where it was, but they're working really diligently on that. And glad that they are, because that just means that I don't have to worry about trying to do all the details. I got people who I can turn to and say, "Hey, come on, how you doing?" And so that's really where we stand on a lot of everything. The major stuff. I think Sarah's really close to finally getting the bylaws all together the way she likes it. She's very particular and about it all, so that's good. We'll leave it with that. The bylaws, though, would be effective for the TDVA and TDVA Action Group, modified for the Action Group a little bit. But that's pretty much it, Elizabeth. I don't have anything else to say other than I'm just fighting the good fight against Project 2025. That thing is horrendous. Jeez.
That thing is what? You broke up.
Horrendous. It's horrendous. It's horrible. It is horrible.
It's tearing us down back to the 50s.
At the very least. Geez, what I read in that thing, they want to roll it back to about 1850.
Well, what are they going to do with us? It's already had everything changed and surgeries and everything else. What are they going to do with us?
Well, probably what Chris Kobach is doing in Kansas. He doesn't care. Whatever your documentation is, if you're born in Kansas, it gets reverted back, regardless of what you've had done. The rest of the
really?
Yes.
I'm glad I wasn't born in Kansas.
Me too. Holy shit, yes. But that's what Chris Kobach is doing in Kansas. He's the Attorney General for Kansas. And 19 other states, the Attorneys General for 19 other states, including mine, yours, Texas, but 19 states all wrote an amicus brief, a brief in support of what Ron DeSantis is trying to do with Medicaid down in Florida. And what he's trying to do with Medicaid is remove all gender affirming care of any type out of the Medicaid coverage system. And 19 states joined on with that one. So when they started out with kids 3 years ago, and as we said then, that was never the end goal. The end goal was to remove transgender people from the whole of the United States. And the Heritage Foundation with Project 2025 is doing exactly the same thing in their big mandate for leadership. Because in that, they want to erase and delete and excise sexual orientation, gender identity, diversity, equity, inclusion, all those kind of things. They want to remove it all those words. They want to remove them from everything in the government, including grants, which means you won't be able to do any research on people like us. You won't be able to do any kind of thing. You won't have any kind of organization within your teams, whatever, for like in the VA, for LGBT, National Institute of Health, for surgery research. I mean, that's what's in 2025. And the only way we can beat it.
He can't touch the VA.
Oh, yeah, they can. No, not Ron DeSantis. No, not Ron DeSantis. No, I'm talking about Project 2025. If they get in the presidency, they can touch the VA, and they will. They will remove every reference to anything to do with sexual orientation, gender identity, diversity, minorities, you name it, across the whole of the federal enterprise. If they get in the White House, they will do that.
Who are they in the White House?
Conservatives.
Who are you talking about?
Conservative. If a conservative wins the presidency in November of 2024, then on January the 20th, when that person stands up there at noon Eastern and raises their hand in the air and says, "So help me God," Project 2025 has already been reviewed by these presidential candidates, all the conservative side candidates. They're already going to support it. DeSantis has said he would. Vivek said he would. Trump has read it, or read at least part. I don't think Trump can read anything, but he's agreed to it. But you've got, I mean, all of it. I mean, they have put, Elizabeth, $22 million into establishing this program called Project 2025. And this time around, they have got a plan to make it happen. They've got training academies set up to train people to be ready to go in and do what they want done in the executive branch of the U.S. government.
So they're just going to wipe us out of existence.
Everyone, any minority, any label that describes, and this is a way to actually, well, let me just show you. I'll just show you directly what this document actually reads, because it is horrendous. I'm just going to go on their website and pull it up and show you what's written there. I mean, it is bad news. And I'm trying to get people to see just how bad this is, because we've got to put a spotlight on it. We have absolutely got to put a huge spotlight on this to show the rest of this country just how bad this is. And let me go back to where I was at a second. Give me 1 minute. Oh, that's where I was. Here we go. Let me share a screen really quickly here. Present.
Well,
share screen. Yeah, go ahead.
Who are we going to vote for then?
Anybody except a conservative. Because if they get in the White House, they will do this. It's that simple. I can't tell people who to vote for specifically, directly, but I can tell you if they are out there to destroy us and erase us and delete us, and call us unreal and unnatural, and that we're not deserving of First Amendment protections in the Constitution, if we vote for them, we're shooting ourselves in the darn back, period. I mean, we're just...
Okay.
So,
can you email me a copy of this thing?
yeah, I can do that. You see where I'm at now on the shared page?
Yeah. Yeah, I see.
All right, up at the top, there's a link, project2025.org.
Yeah.
You can go right there with me if you have another screen open.
Okay. What's it called?
Project2025.org. And while you're getting there, I'm going to run and get a drink because my mouth is getting really dry.
Okay.
I'll be right back.
Oh.
Okay.
How come I ain't heard nothing about this other than through y'all?
Because they really don't want a spotlight on just how bad it is, I think. That's my opinion.
Is it, I ain't seeing very much. I ain't seeing but about 4 paragraphs.
Well, let me show you where to find the actual thing. You're looking on the front page right now where it says, it is not enough for conservatives to win elections, that paragraph.
Yeah.
Okay. Up at the top where it's
I'm
got
on the next page after that. I clicked on more at the bottom.
Oh, okay, okay. Yeah. Back at the top where it says policy.
Policy.
Yeah, policy, personnel, training, playbook, and all that. Click on policy.
Yeah.
Click on policy. And I'm clicking there
Policy.
now too, and we'll see the same thing. All right, now you see it says
Mandate for leadership, the Conservative Promise 2025.
That's right. It's a book, but you can also download the PDF for free. I'm not giving them a single dime. That thing costs like $30-some. I'm not giving them any more money. Because they've already got 22 million on this thing, and Heritage Foundation alone at the end of 2022 had $265 million left over. So no. And look, you don't even, I mean, you can just read that paragraph right there where it says policy agenda. This book is an invitation for you, the reader, Mr. Smith, Mrs. Smith, and Miss Smith. They're telling you what their family looks like. Their idea of a family right there. Right there. But scroll on down, and you'll see another copy of that book in the middle. And there's an option down there to read the mandate or buy the book. It's right in the middle of the screen, down a little.
Yeah, I see it.
Click on read the mandate.
I was looking at the table of contents.
Yeah. You can actually see all that in the mandate itself because it's all right there. Then you can download it directly from there. Just hit your download button or option up there somewhere on your screen and download that thing for yourself.
Yeah, it came up.
Yep.
Huh?
Yep.
Can I download this for free?
Yes. Yes. Somewhere on your top of your screen, you can see where my cursor is on mine.
Just a minute.
Okay.
Okay, now I can.
All right. So right
Where's
there,
your cursor? I don't
right
see
here.
your cursor.
You can't see it.
Oh,
You see it now?
no, I can't.
Hmm.
Huh?
Okay, hold on a minute. Select text, select that. Okay. How about now? Can you see it?
Nope.
Okay. All right. So the top
But I
bar.
did click on read mandate.
Okay. But there's also a button when you get there to read mandate. Let me see. Let me try this for a second. Here, see. No. No. All right. Do you see the printer icon on your page there where it says open on desktop, or right beside it's a printer icon?
I see the printer icon, yes.
And right beside it's the download icon to the left. Click on that and you can download it to your computer.
I don't see a download. I see a save.
That's probably what it is for you then.
Okay.
You can put it on your.
Okay. I got it downloaded.
Good, good. All right, so I'm going to go down through here and show you. I've only made it down to page 17. Others have read the whole thing and they're just flabbergasted.
It's 900 and something pages, 920.
Exactly, and it's not complete.
It's not what?
It is not complete.
Really?
Really. They got more to add to this thing. All right, so let me just read the introduction to you. I'm going to go. If you can probably scroll on it as well, but scroll down past all the Roman numeral identified pages. Let me see. Go right on down past everything. The acknowledgments. That's number 9. Past the advisory board. The advisory board, it consists of 70 plus organizations that think just like Heritage Foundation. You go past all.
Well, I just passed the forward section.
Oh, stop in the forward section. We're going to go read the forward. We're going to look in the forward.
Okay, I got it up.
All right, now let me see. Let me get to where you are because you're ahead of me. A Promise to America by Dr. Kevin Roberts. That's the forward. Okay, now we're going to go down through here. In the second paragraph. In the second paragraph is where you see what they plan to do, and just the tip of the iceberg because he explains it even further. Today, America and the conservative movement are enduring an era of division and danger akin to the late 1970s. Now, as then, our political class has been discredited by wholesale dishonesty and corruption. Look at America under the ruling and cultural elite today. And what I think is funny about that? This person, Kevin Roberts, he's also in the ruling and cultural elite, just on the other side. Inflation is.
Wait a minute, you broke up.
Oh, okay.
This person,
Kevin Roberts.
What? Yeah.
Kevin Roberts. He says that under America today, under the ruling and cultural elite. But my thing was that, well, Kevin Roberts is also in that same kind of category. He wants you to think he's not, but he is. He says, inflation is ravaging family budgets. That's true. Drug overdose deaths continue to escalate. That's true. And children suffer the toxic normalization of transgenderism with drag queens and pornography invading their school libraries. I mean, that's in the second paragraph before you even get into every darn thing else he wants to talk about. So I'm going to scroll on down to. We're going to look at I'm going to tell you which page I'm on right now. Okay, so now I'm down on page 4, where it says Promise 1 at the top. It's page number 4.
Yeah.
Promise number 1. Okay. All right. The second paragraph there after that first one sentence, introductory sentence, The entire point of centralized political power is to subvert the family. Bullshit. That's not what centralized political power is about. It's about power. But anyway, so its purpose is to replace people's natural loves and loyalties with unnatural ones. And they italicize those for a reason. You see this in the popular left-wing aphorism, government is simply the name we give the things we choose to do together. And then, but in real life, most of the things people do together have nothing to do with government. These are the mediating institutions that serve as the building blocks of any healthy society: marriage, family, work, church, school, volunteering. And how they define all those words is really crucial. The name real people, as in italicized again, give the things we do together as community and not government. Well, I've got news for Dr. Roberts. 2 people get together, it's community. 4 people get together, it's community. But at some point, they have to establish some rules to interact, and that becomes their form of local government. I mean, splitting hairs there. That's what he's doing. Okay, I'm going on down. Today, the American family is in crisis. 40% of all children are born to unmarried mothers. Yes, and so, including more than 70% of Black children. Okay. That's because all their husbands have been locked up.
Well, they go out and do wrong things, they get locked up.
Yeah, that's true. They go out and do the wrong things to get locked up, but sometimes they don't have to do much of a wrong thing to be locked up, whereas somebody else could do
Well, I agree.
Yeah, so there's no government program that can replace the hole in a child's soul cut out by the absence of a father. And I think that, I mean, sure, but it also means the absence of a mother, or it could have been 2 fathers or 2 mothers, you know. Yeah. So this fatherlessness is one of the principal sources of American poverty, crime, mental illness, teen suicide, substance abuse, rejection of the church, and high school dropouts. Fatherlessness is not the cause of that. It could have been, any other reason, number of reasons. For instance, throw all the fathers in jail. So many problems government programs are designed to solve, but can't. I'm just going to skip on right down through there. And it goes down. The world has never seen a thriving, healthy, free, and prosperous society where most children grow up without their married parents. All right. As long as what you define as a parent consists of any number of other possibilities, like a man and a woman, or a man and a man, or a woman and a man, or, a woman and a woman, whatever. But their definition is quite rigid in that regard. And now, all right, so we're going to go on down to the bottom of that page. At the bottom it says, the next conservative president must make the institutions of American civil society hard targets for woke culture warriors. Wow. This starts with deleting. Now, here we go. It starts with deleting the terms sexual orientation and gender identity, SOGI, diversity, equity, inclusion, DE&I, gender equality, gender equity, gender awareness, gender sensitivity, abortion, reproductive rights, reproductive health. And then they put a comma right there, Elizabeth, which really just tells you everything about what they think about all those things above that. And any other term used to deprive Americans of their First Amendment rights. And if we just put a stop there, it would have been just really bad right there. But they didn't stop right there. But that use of those words right after the comma says any other term used to deprive Americans of First Amendment rights implies that all these people above, SOGI people, DE&I people, anybody who has reproductive rights or pursuing it, those people aren't American enough to be protected by the First Amendment. Now, that may seem like a stretch to assume that, but they actually say that on down in the next paragraph. Some
of that stuff that's in there deals with us wanting to the men.
I'm sorry.
For number one.
I'm sorry, you broke up on that one. I didn't hear all of that.
I said some of those things in there are about women that really wanted to be equal to men, and pay is one of them.
Yeah. It's all of it. It's everything that has to do with any group that is not does not agree with them, doesn't look like them, or believe like them. And then here's what they want to remove all of those terms from. They say of their First Amendment rights out of every federal rule, agency regulation, contract, grant regulation, and piece of legislation that exists.
If they do that, they're going to have a civil war.
Yeah, they don't care. They think they're right.
Because of the fact that a large majority of this, even though some of it is talking about us, a large majority of this is has to do with other people besides us.
I know. And that's one of the reasons why they're keeping it quiet. They don't want us to put a spotlight on this and call them out. So I've been doing exactly that. I've been calling Dr. Roberts out by name. I go on Twitter. I found his Twitter account, and I found Heritage's Twitter account and Project 2025 Twitter account. And I'm in there just about every day now because I want them to call me. I want them to sit down and have a conversation with me because, this stuff's bullshit. That's all there's to it. But then in the next paragraph, it even gets worse. They say, or he says, Dr. Roberts, pornography manifested today in the omnipresent propagation of transgender ideology and sexualization of children. Let's just stop there before we go with anything else. He's doing what's been done since the 1940s. Back in the 40s and 50s, they were putting gays out there and associating them with pornography and sexualization of children. Alan Turing went through that electrocution process to try to drive the gayness out of him.
Mm-hmm.
Well, that was in the 50s, late 40s and 50s. And they were associating transgender, different types of those things with all of that too. But then it was gays. And then they moved on into gays and lesbians. And they went after all of them all the way up through like 2006. And now they're going after us as transgender people because, we're an easier target. There's fewer of us. And then they're lumping it all together under pornography, sexualization, children. But this is
child welfare.
Yeah. And this is the thing. Right, exactly. And it says it is not a Gordian knot.
It has no claim to the First Amendment protection.
There you go. In other words,
predators? Are they calling predators?
Yes. And misogynistic exploiters of women, the people who actually go out there and want to play, who know that they are women, they're trans women, they want to play on women's sports teams.
Yeah.
That makes them a misogynistic exploiter of women.
Well, I happen to agree with that.
Yeah, there's some things in there that go out of whack. I agree. I mean, we're doing more harm to ourselves every time somebody stupid does something like that.
Yeah, so, I know.
Its purveyors are child predators, bullshit, and misogynistic exploiters of women. There's some grounds in there for conversation about that one. Their product is as addictive as any illicit drug and as psychologically destructive as any crime. Pornography. Now, remember, pornography, they've tied to transgender ideology up here at the top. So you can put in pornography, transgender ideology, all that should be outlawed. The people who produce and distribute it should be imprisoned. Educators, public librarians who purvey it should be classed as registered sex offenders. And then telecommunications and technology firms that facilitate its spread should be shuttered. I'm telling you what, that right there, that's the hardest part to get past. But then you skip a paragraph and go down to the next one. All right. The next one says, and the noxious tenets of critical race theory and gender ideology should be excised from curricula in every public school in the country. These theories poison our children, who are being taught on the one hand to affirm the color of their skin fundamentally determines their identity and even their moral status, while on the other they're taught to deny the very creatureliness that inheres to being human and consist in accepting the givenness of our nature as men and women. I mean, they are piling on us like crazy. We're just the easiest target right now. I mean, that's why I'm trying to put a big spotlight on this darn thing. They are going to try to remove from the public sphere any word that identifies something different than cishet and white. That's what all of this does.
Okay. Allowing parents or physicians to reassign the sex of a minor is child abuse and must end. For public institutions to use tax dollars to declare the superiority of inferiority of certain races, sexes, religions is a violation of the Constitution and civil rights law and cannot be tolerated by any government anywhere in the country. Explain that one.
All right. The first sentences are we know what that is.
I understand the first one.
Yeah.
I don't understand the rest of it.
Okay. For public institutions to use taxpayer dollars to declare the superiority, inferiority of races. In other words, they're going after critical race theory, even though that's not what critical race theory is about. But they don't want any conversations about how one race has mistreated another. They don't want that mentioned anymore. They don't want to talk about it. So that's what this is actually meaning to them. But I don't know of anybody who says that one race is superior or inferior to another, or a sex is superior or inferior, or religion is. But what they're saying is all this stuff above it does that. You know, gender ideology, critical race theory, everything else above that they don't like. Don't lumping it all together. So,
You know what me of?
I'm sorry.
You know what this book is to remind me of?
Mein Kampf.
Exactly.
Exactly.
Precisely.
Exactly right. I mean, and here's the thing too. I don't know if you know who, or you know, the name Matt Walsh. He's one of those conservative talking heads over there that's been in the news a lot over the past number of years, really. Anyway, Matt Walsh on his Twitter feed, he is. Now I have to give credit where it's due, because Matt Walsh is actually self-aware enough to know what all this represents to him and what it actually means and the words that should be used to define those things. And what he does is he calls himself in his profile on his Twitter feed a theocratic fascist. All of this is the same thing, but they don't have the kahunas to actually say that's what this is. Oh my God. Anyway, so geez, this thing is just full of stuff like that. And that's just in promise number 1. There's 4 of them. Wow.
Dismantle the administrative state and return self-governance to the American people.
And protect our children.
So to dismantle the administrative state and return to self-government means that the federal government's going to take over. We'll no longer have a governor of the state. We will not be recognized as Louisiana, but we will be recognized only as the United States. No Alabama, no Georgia, no Tennessee, no Texas, no any state.
Is that
right?
Well, I think that is not exactly it, but what they're trying to do is destroy the federal government so that all the states can be independent and sovereign and not beholden to a federal government. That's been their thing all along, really, is to shrink the whole size of the federal government down so far that it can't impact the states and their decisions as independent sovereign states. That's been their goal. But they've got to destroy everything in it first, which means they got to roll out this thing called Schedule F, which makes all federal employees at-will employees, meaning they're no longer protected by seniority being where they are, or their knowledge is not important, that they can just go in and put whomever they want in there. In other words, I mean, if you give me $100, I'll put you in there in that office over there, right there on that corner. That's yours. But see what Heritage is doing with Project 2025. This thing here is, after a person wins the elections, and right around that time, they begin building out the team to take over the leadership in the executive branch of the U.S. federal government. Well, Project 2025 is going to save them all that work. They've got training academies to start training people. So all they have to do is hand them a list of people and say, here, pick from some of these. We've checked them, trained them. They can pass security clearances. These are the ones you can use.
Well, I firmly believe and stand by the very last sentence on that page.
Which one?
Congress no longer meaningfully budgets, authorizes, or categorizes spending.
Where?
Page 6.
Oh, page
Last
6.
sentence on page 6.
Okay. Consider the federal budget. Under current law, Congress is required to pass a budget and 12 issue-specific spending bills comporting with it every single year. The last time Congress did so was in 1996. Congress no longer meaningfully budgets, authorizes, or category spending. That's true. Very true.
I agree with that.
I do too. As long as that's all that they're saying. I don't want them to put in their stuff, strip out funding for health care in the VA. I don't want them to strip in there or put in there stripping funding for, health care for our veterans and our military people, even if they are transgender.
They want to strip the entire VA?
Well, what they would do, the words that they were removing above up there on page 4.
Yeah.
They will strip out. I mean, if they get in there and do this, they will remove the Office of Minority Veterans in the VA, the Office of Women Veterans in the VA, the LGBT offices in the VA, and they'll do that in every agency and department across the whole of government, including NIH, the National Institute of Health, which does all the research and does a lot of stuff that's on the SOGI stuff, the sexual orientation, gender identity, and the social determinants of health, the things that impact us. If you can't write a grant with that kind of information in it, you can't mention those words or words that are close to those, then effectively you stop all the research that's associated with it too. I mean,
well, let me ask you a question.
Sure.
Are they also trying to strip out the old people? In other words, once you reach a point where you can no longer take care of yourself, okay, we need to get rid of you.
No, that's not in there. And I don't think they would ever put something like that in there because they know that kind of goes back to what they thought Affordable Care Act was going to do. So that you won't find that in there. But I haven't read all 920 pages yet. I do know a lawyer friend, or a lawyer who's not a real close friend, but somebody I know of, who has, and she does a show on this. It's about 36 minutes long or so like that. And she has a really slick program that she talks about this Project 2025. And I mean, she goes through it all. And I mean, she's really good. Her name, I think, what is her name? Lisa, Leeza, or J.A. Miller. Lisa Miller. And she does it like a 36-minute program on it. But I've got to read the rest of it, but it bothers me so much that it's hard to get past the forward.
Well, I'm looking at number 4, promise number 4 on page 13. Secure our God-given individual right to enjoy the blessings of liberty. Well, wait a minute. First you want to destroy it. Now you're telling us we need to enjoy it.
Yeah, but see, we aren't protected by that though. And that's what they're saying. They're saying that we aren't protected by the Constitution because we are less than them. And what they actually are saying, what was that? There was something United where a corporation was determined to have personhood. under the Constitution and was free to was protected under the Constitution and what they say. Well, this document says that we have less personhood than a corporation.
Well, what are they going to do with this, Cassandra? They're just going to take us out and shoot us?
They would like to. I mean, they're not going to say that. They'll never say it out loud. But we all know that whenever you dehumanize a group of people, it makes it easier for you to do things to them, harmful things to them. We know that from our experiences in war. If you know somebody's name, it's harder for you to do what you need to do. But if you just have a name for the whole group of people, a derogatory name or whatever, then it's easier to do violence against them. And that's just psychology. And to me, this is no different than another organization in the world that wants to erase and delete and destroy another group of people because they don't like them. And that's the same. That's what Hamas, the terrorist organization, is trying to do with Jewish people.
Yeah, I know.
And that's the exact same thing. They want to erase and delete Israel and Jewish people simply because they think they'll get brownie points with God if they do it.
But the Jews are the chosen people of God.
Yeah, but I've read some of the literature over on not all, but some of the literature over on in the Muslim faith, and they acknowledge that as well. They believe that that Jewish people are the chosen ones of God, but what they also believe within the same statement about that is that they're not living up to what they think the Jewish people should have been doing on behalf of their status as being favored of God, and that they would be doing God a favor by removing them because they're not doing what they think they should do, which is exactly.
Give them the right to do that.
Well, their God does. That's what Heritage is doing with Project 2025. The exact same modus, the generational hatred that it takes to get to the place where you want to be able to wipe somebody out. I mean, that's where Hamas is, terrorist organizations. It's not about the Palestinian people. It's about Hamas, a terrorist group, or Islamic Jihad, these terrorist groups over there. That's what it's all.
Well,
they've been taught that from day one. It has nothing to do with yesterday or today. It's all about generations of hatred because they aren't doing what God said they were supposed to do. Anyway, it's horrible, really. And it's the same kind of thing here because whenever we started labeling pornography with gay people in the 40s and 50s, and Alan Turing became the model example of all of that, they started then associating dehumanizing names with LGBT people. And it's just continued. Now you've got kids who have been raised up in all of this stuff, and now we're seeing the results of it. Because now you've got kids who are adults wanting to erase and delete a group of people because they don't feel good about them. I mean, it's the same stuff. It's Christian nationalism gone awry. They won't ever tell you that, but that's exactly what it is. Anyway, that stuff pisses me off, and I'm trying to put a spotlight on it. I end up talking all the time about
well, I'll tell you what, if this is put into place, there's going to be civil war.
Yeah. Yeah.
Our nation will be tore down.
Yeah.
Although it's on its way to doing that anyway, but
yeah, I mean,
we're fixing to be. I mean, I really look for China and Russia to get together and do us a number.
Yeah, that's one possibility. I did read something about that we would be fighting on two fronts, from Russia and then from China, and that they'd be joined together as, somebody has written about that, and they've been thinking about it. The military is aware of that possibility. But it wouldn't just be that one front. You would have stuff going on in Palestine or in the Middle East. You'd have stuff going on in Ukraine on that front. And then stuff going on in Taiwan with China and North Korea acting like a bully child out there.
Yeah.
I mean, this is not a good time. All this stuff is heating up everywhere around the world. And the thing we have to do is figure out how to stop this at least and still live through it all.
Well, this is nothing but Mein Kampf.
It is. It really
of the
is.
Hitler.
It really is.
I wonder if it's going to be the Antichrist.
I don't know. I don't know. I do not know.
This cannot be allowed to happen.
It can't. No, it cannot. But right now, nobody knows about it. I mentioned this thing when I was speaking to the whole audience down there this past weekend. I asked people to let me know, raise your hand if you've heard of Project 2025. You know how many raised their hand?
None.
Only the two I told it to that morning. They hadn't heard of it. And I said, write this down. Go read it for yourself. Don't take my word for it. Go read what they wrote. Go to the website and you'll see their plan for doing it. It's laid out in very specific detail how they're going to do it.
It is literally Germany, 1930, with Mein Kampf and Hitler.
Right, and
that's exactly what it is. It's going right down the same road.
Yeah, exactly. But they don't see that. And as a matter of fact, they actually say it on page 14, where they say the promise of socialism, communism, Marxism, progressivism, fascism, whatever name it chooses, is simple: government control of the economy. They don't even see they if they held a mirror up and went down through a list of the 14 points of what a fascist is, they match every one of them. Now, admittedly, there are everybody on left. If you're extreme left, you've got the same problem. If you're extreme right, like this thing is, you got the same problem. But right now, the extreme right is the one that's the most dangerous.
Extreme right.
Yeah, like these people here with the Heritage Foundation, they're really far right, ultra conservatives. That's not all conservatives that think like this.
Well, where are we supposed to be at?
I mean, they try to lump us into this thing called transgender ideology, and we aren't an ideology. I don't know about you, but I'm not an ideology. You know,
I'm not an idiot.
I am me, just period. I mean, now, granted, I have certain things that I do believe in, and those beliefs are the ideologies, but they aren't me. For instance, Kevin Roberts, Dr. Roberts, president of Heritage, he's not an ideology either, but he believes in certain ideologies like theocratic fascism without ever having used that word. But that's the ideology that he supports. But he's saying that transgender is an ideology. And it's not, because within our group, within our population of people, all the ideologies are represented. There are Republican transgender people, conservative transgender people. There are moderates, middle, independent, liberal, democratic. I mean, and every ideology out there is represented in every group. But being transgender is not one of them. It just baffles my mind. What they're trying to do is dehumanize us. And if they keep doing it, and here's the thing, though, too, is that this narrative that they're using, this strategy, you can watch it just play out with all of these different news outlets and media sources that are controlled by the conservative side, and all the candidates running for office. They are running the playbook one step at a time, pushing towards having a conservative take over the presidency on January the 20th of 2025.
Which is exactly what Hitler did.
I know.
When he became Chancellor of Germany, he stepped in and shut down freedom of speech. He shut down anything and everything as far as your rights.
And consolidated all the power of his government under him.
Yep.
What this does, this is an authoritarian takeover of the presidency. Oh my God.
Who are we going to vote for?
Well, I can't vote for a conservative because of this. And I'm hoping that there's somebody out there strong enough on the other side who actually will stand up for all people in the country, and somebody who's not I wish we didn't have to go out and have only one choice on the other side.
Yeah, well,
I really wish that were not
you
true.
and me both.
But I can tell you that, I mean, given the dangers on the conservative side, it's really worrying to me. So now I can't tell people who to vote for, but I can tell you who not to vote for. If any people who are supporting this document, Project 2025, they are.
And how do we know that they're supporting this document or not?
Listen to the words that they use in their campaign speeches. Listen to the words that they use in their mail pieces or the social media and any kind of communication they have. Go on their websites. You can find out. I mean, some are right up front, and they'll tell you, I don't like trans people. You know, we're going to shut that down. We're going to protect our kids and get our family restored back to its traditional shape. That's what I look for. And, you know, money is a huge motivator. A lot of people are conservatives because of the money they have. I get that. I get it. I understand it. Believe me. I was actually the chairperson for the Republican Party for the county I lived in Texas. And so I you know, I'm familiar with how this thing works. But at some point, we have to put people over all of the other things. And that's what I have to do, is decide that our people and all their diversity is more important to me than all the gold in the world. And you can't give me a golden toilet to make that any better. But
Well,
anyway, that's just me, though.
is Biden signed up for this thing?
No, Biden is opposed to this. As a matter of fact,
Well, I guess we vote for Biden this year.
Yeah, in 2024, November. Yeah, I mean, that seems like it is so far. We'll just have to see who else comes out of the Democratic side, the liberal side. Sarah calls me a liberal and not a progressive.
Well, I don't think Biden will live through another term.
I know that's the concern I have too. But I do know that right now, the only people protecting us are on the left side of the fence. And there are people on the right who disagree with this, but they aren't the ones in leadership, and they aren't the ones going to run for president. So I don't know, Elizabeth. It's really horrifying to me. So,
all right. Well, I'm gonna call it a night and go to bed.
Okay. All right. Well, thanks for chatting with me. I appreciate it. It's good to have somebody to bounce all these things off of that run through my head every hour of the day.
Well, believe me, that book has got me scared. Just that portion of it that we read has got me scared, because it is literally Mein Kampf, and people are going to follow it like sheep.
I know it.
And they're going to lose their rights.
Yeah, Seed Michaels.
We're going to wake up one morning, there's not going to be a constitution.
Right. Oh, yes. Seed Michaels from up in Virginia on the C4 side, as a state director up there, they asked me today about jumping into this and trying to pull out the list of all the names of the people who supported it and the organizations that supported it and that kind of stuff, and kind of get a list together and some information about them. But I had to warn them about it, because I said, you can definitely stare into the abyss and go in there and do all that kind of stuff, but be prepared, because it looks back at you too. You have to take care of yourself. Don't just jump in there head first if you aren't prepared and you don't have the constitution, personal internal constitution to handle it. Be ready to back out, because you've got to take care of yourself. This thing will eat you alive if you jump into it head first. And that's why I watch Netflix shows hour after hour some days. I just shut it all down and say, okay, it's Netflix time. And now with my car in the shop. Wow.
I went to have my oil changed the other day.
Mm-hmm.
And I was looking at my bill, and the Chevrolet place that I bought the car from is who I take my car to. They're now charging $169.50 an hour.
Well, yes. That's horrible, isn't it? It's really crazy.
Do you know what my first profession was growing up?
What's that?
My father owned a service station. How you think I learned how to rebuild an engine when I was 12 years old?
How much did he pay you then to do that?
$3 a week.
Holy shit. And I thought it was bad when my father paid me $3.25 to help per hour to help him in the construction business, the welding business in the 70s.
Well, I didn't get $3 per week until after I was about 14 and a half, 15 years old and started dating. And we had to have money to go to the movies.
Yes.
Up until then, it was free child labor.
Yeah. That's what your children are for, right? You have to have 12 of them so that you can at least, have a football team.
You know what my father told me one time?
What's that?
My father one time told me, you may be my child, but you are my property to do with as I please.
Oh my God. Wow.
I was his property.
Mm. Mm-mm.
I'm telling you. All right, we'll talk to you tomorrow.
Okay.
Later.
All right. Bye-bye. Good night.
Bye-bye.
Thanks. Bye-bye.